better known as the G. I grew up right down the street. I used to play over here. This was my playground when I was coming up, my ghetto playground. My little brother went to school right down the street. We used to be, you know, little young warriors or something. It's dangerous out here, but it's love. You can feel the love in the air. Reach up and feel the love. Reach up and feel the love. I love it out here. I'm a poet and spoken word artist. My name's Malik Yusef. And I want to share a little poem with y'all. This is dedicated to my people on the west side. Quaylohim, King Ronnie Ron, them. Check this out. As a slight introduction to life in its entirety. By the streets I was amazed and also raised, so they inspired me. As I grew up, I threw up liquors and gang signs to knickers. A ghetto game was seeing who shoots quicker. And when I was small, I knew some shorty that didn't have fear of God at all. At 11. That's because heaven was about 1 billion miles from here. But the neighborhood drug dealer was buying them new J's this year, them displays, new gear. And like them, I was fiending for a gleaming diamond in my ear. But yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, no evil will I fear, as the path of high self becomes more clear. Now, instead of reaching for rocks, I reach for stars. As my insight said, it ain't right to live life behind bars.
Yo, it's Bigg Nastee on the 130th and everywhere. We out here in the gardens, y'all, sending the deck up, wild hunters. You know how we do. I got all my people behind me. Wow. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Been out here. I was born here, actually. I stayed in block 7. Right now, you standing between block 1 and block 10. It's a church right there. Ain't nobody never went to it. Just there. We all, most of these guys from in the back. But you know how we do. We send the deck up all the time like this. Coming with different styles of everything that all of the things that I done been through. I was raised in the ghetto, but I was also the foreign exchange student, and I went to Iceland, you know? So that gave me a broader horizon for everything. You know what I'm saying? People ride fast. But we send the deck up like this. Struggling is how we all started out with nothing. We ghetto cousins, and in the beginning it was all about Dublin. We juggling, steady plugging, young, black and thugging, cunning, passing out pumpkins, trying to hide something. Players struggling, it's how we all started out with nothing, ghetto cousins. And in the beginning it was all about Dublin, juggling, steady plugging, young, black and thugging, cunning, passing out pumpkins, trying to hide something. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I talk to is a gangster, a gigolo, a hustler, a bowler, a hype, a shot caller, or a criminal. As a shorty, I ain't had to rob because I was brung up to be hard. Now I got dually trucks coming from the border with bigger orders than Noah's Ark. From Allgale to Minneapolis, California to Indianapolis. Got assassinating capitalists, putting holes in players' cabbages. Some say I waited too long to release now that my father's deceased. But see, I know he's at peace. Seeing my income done increase about 700,000 every 2 days or better. Anything for a cheddar, assisted by pumps, calicos, and Berettas. Me and my mom player, we ready to do whatever. So you can go on and get your boys, and we gonna calm that noise forever. My granddaddy's granddaddy was a hustler, and it must run in the family, Nasty, cause you a hustler to the dirt. Don't make me put in work. A whole lot of feelings hurt, and every female in your family sporting a black skirt. Your best bet is to give in to this gravitational pull, or you gonna mess around and get ran over by the Chicago Bull. I'm a mobster from the Midway, player that's platinum bound. I'm shipping cargo to Chicago, and it's going down. For sure. Struggling is how we all started out. We in the 100, sending the deck up. We got everybody back here. Chuck Love, all of me. Wow, you know how we do. We send the deck up, even the shorties out. It's cold out here, man. It's cold. Skip what you heard. We hugging this corner right here at the exit. Welcome to Allgale. We can't go no further than there. Y'all mess around and hear a few shots, a few pops rain out through here.
Good thing for hip-hop because it shows a resurgence of the original parts of the culture, you know, the DJ scratching, the breakdancing, so, you know, so on and so forth. So I think that's a real strong thing. I think Chicago's a real good city for that.
We like R. Kelly because he's the biggest. He always around.
And common sense.
Why common?
Because his rap is different too. I mean, he rap about stuff that you may go through in your life, like having a baby or whatever, knowing you ain't ready for a child. Or you growing up in Chicago, because, I mean, I can relate to the stuff he's talking to because I grew up in Chicago and he keeping it real to his roots, you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly? Want to check in and see?
Well, basically, we feel that the artists, especially the neighborhood artists, Chicago artists, we do owe a lot of them a lot of support, especially. They need the support of their city, basically, to get started. We do put up their posters. If they're coming through a vendor, we do sell them. We get them into the stores, such as M-Doc, he's doing really good. His single is selling really good. Free. We put that into the stores. That's been selling really well also. But they do need the support of their city to get started, and we do our best at that.
You know what's scary is sometimes I've heard a lot of people say that a Chicago artist has to leave to break back in Chicago. And that's kind of scary. I've worked with a lot of local artists and developed several artists, and even at the radio station. And I found that, you know, that to be true to a degree, you know, and I don't know why. Maybe because the industry isn't here as much as it should be, but we're looking to change that.
I like the Crucial Conflict guys. They doing what they need to do.
They Common definitely holding it down. No ID.
Ain't heard nothing in a while.
Right. He coming through though. You know, he represents.
Well, you know, I don't really mess with Common, but he trying to do what he needs to do.
Right. Do or die. You know, you got Twister. Twister, you know.
He ain't, you know.
Right. He representing though. He putting us on the map though. I give it to him, you know. And like
anybody come out Chicago to brag, anybody.
Oh yeah, you know, just represent where you from. Just
who cares? Get on your own. Get on your own thing.
And when you leave here,
you're gonna be about it. You're gonna be an artist.
Right.
Be on your own. You ain't got to ride on nobody's coattails.
And when you leave here, always represent where you from. Cause I ain't gonna name no names, but people been leaving not representing Chicago.
Like we don't really have the representation we need. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we got Crucial Conflict and Do or Die. Twister, that's my man. He hot. You know. But we got a lot of upcoming artists that just for whatever the reason haven't gotten that fresh breath of air, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of the door. Like my man Dave Jeff, he work here, he performing on Sunday, and he hot. But for whatever the reason, Chicago hasn't gotten the respect I feel that we deserve, you know. So when we do get out there, we're gonna blow this up, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna blow it up, and that's just how it's gonna go.
I feel Chicago artists have come a long way, especially with R. Kelly, you know, and common sense has come a long way because I don't think people gave him the support that he should have got in the first place. Twilight Zone is coming up, and of course Dave is trying to start his thing. Everybody just stick together like everybody in New York stick together, and you know, and it'll bring Chicago out a little more than it already has.
There's a lot of artists that are hot right now, but a lot of Chicago people don't even know about it, you know. It seems almost as though that Chicago is more supportive of artists that are from elsewhere than they are from Chicago.
A lot of people in Chicago listen to house music. We created house music, but there is a very large hip-hop following in Chicago as well. I mean, there are Chicago groups that are now on the map, heavy hitting, you know, like a Twister, a Do or Die, who are now going gold. You know, everybody knows about the Brat, even though she is, you know, she's from Chicago, does the Atlanta thing. You have Common, you have up and coming artists, you know, like a guy like Dave Jeff or Sean Lett. These guys that aren't signed yet, but that are hot on the streets, and the buzz is out, and people are waiting for their release. So, you know, you get kind of both. You know, there's a heavy house following, and there's a heavy hip-hop following, but they tend to not cross.
It depends on what style you have and how you carry yourself and your style. You know, Bigg have a style where you know, they just bogus. They, you know, they outright, they're down for it. And Jay-Z got a style where he trying to show people how to get money. You know, stack it, get cheese, live a nice life instead of a hard not life.
For whatever reason, Chicago artists have a tough time selling their product in their own market, unless you're like an R. Kelly or a Crucial Conflict, that for whatever reason that they have a bigger following than a guy like a Common. You know, Common is arguably probably one of the top 5 MCs in the game right now, but half the population of Chicago don't even buy his product. You know, for whatever the case, be it marketing, be it that some parts of the city are so cut. It's like when you're from the south side, people from the west side don't honor you from the north side, people from the east side don't honor you. You know, it's real kind of cut and dry, and I think a lot of Chicago artists have a tough time with that, whereas a New York artist, even though he's from the Bronx, people in Brooklyn and Manhattan will listen to him. You know, and I think a lot of times Chicago artists have a tough time with that, just selling their product to themselves, you know, to their own consumers at home.
Necessarily, but cause, I mean, there's certain things that prove that wrong. I mean, like the Do or Die, Twister. I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, Common too. I mean, Common hasn't blown as much as he should have, but I mean, that's another issue. Maybe radio too, cause you know. But I mean, like I say, Do or Die proved that wrong, cause they started out solely here. You know, and next thing you know, Rap-A-Lot scooped them up, and you know, 2 gold albums later, you know, here they are. So I don't think that's the case. It can pop off here the same way it can pop off in New York, LA. Just, you know, people have to kind of just be focused on what they got to do. That's all.
Chicago is loyal to local artists. They're listening to both. I'd have to say it's a 50-50 split. I like Tupac. It's not such a harsh rap. And of course, I listen to all the local artists because they're from here. They support, I support. Just a little circle.
It used to be a whole lot of people trying to be like everybody else, trying to copy styles, this, that, and the other. But they trying to pick it up slowly. They're figuring out that, you know, you ain't gonna get nowhere being like nobody else. Be yourself.